Alrighty, we are back for another Copper Hills Lacrosse game. Your Grizzlies are facing off against the Lone Peak Knights tonight. And we're in white tonight, and Lone Peak's in black. Some players I'll have you look out for tonight is, let's see. Let's go with number 14, Parson Duncan. He has the starting job in there at goalie after Brian Cook broke his thumb. So he's got to step up tonight and hopefully can do some things in there. Second guy would be, let's see, 45, Nate Von Gutten. Hopefully he can put some players down tonight. Give him the little 1-2. And hopefully no penalties. Last player is, we'll go with number 13, Zane Larson. He's in there at midi and attack. He currently has 11 goals this season and plans to get more tonight. We'll get this going then. For it to get back. Alrighty. That face-off by 26 Carter Kessler. He went a little early, so Lone Peak starts with it. Number 22 of Lone Peak will have it here on the 30. Coming down, defense there by 18, Tyson Bates. He'll break to the goal. He'll switch hands. Wants to go down. Nate will get there on defense. 2 will have it here, coming around the backside. Pulls it up to 8. Then up to 45. Down to 93. Across to 22. 22 here. Gets whacked. Passes it over to number 45. 45 down to 8 there. 8 comes down and around. Looks to take a shot. He'll get hit there by Noah Harrelson. He'll pass it over to 22. 22 here. Cuts down to the net. Loses the ball there on a nice hit there by Zade Evans. Jack Curtis tries to hit it to his goalie, but Lone Peak will get it. Ball will get thrown up. And he'll lose, but 83 will go pick it up. 93 there, actually. Passes up to 22. Never mind. Let's see what. I think that's number 8 there. Cuts towards the net. He'll take a shot off the left side. Actually saved there by Parson Duncan. Duncan picks it up. Backs it out, looking for a pass. Brings it up. Keeps on coming up. Keeps on coming up. Tosses it over to 45, Nate Von Gutten. Von Gutten here. Tosses over to Tyson Bates. Tyson will run across midline. Toss it down to Gage Holder, and he'll lose that, and it'll be Lone Peak ball. Number 15 here of Lone Peak will bring it in here. Throws it over to number 5. 5 coming up the field here. Comes across midline. Drops it over to 22. 22 comes around the top. Getting some stick checks there by Tyson Bates. He'll back it out. Throw it over to number 5. 5. All the way across. There to 2. 2 up to 8. 8 to 45. Looks like there's a flag down here on the Grizzlies. So they'll be man down after this possession by Lone Peak. Lone Peak bringing it back to the 40. He'll cut down the field, pass it across to 12. That's actually, let's see, 22 there. He'll now take a shot over the goal. Looks like we're going to have a penalty here, though, on number 9, Logan Bobo. As he will enter the box, and the Grizzlies will be man down again. 50, Jack Curtis, and number 32, Zade Evans will come on the field. Looks like 45 is going to start with it here on the goal line of this Grizzly home field. He'll bring it in. Pass it up to 8. 8 to 5. 5 to 22. 22 will switch positions with 5. He'll come across the top. He'll pass it over to 8. 8 to 22. 22 over to 5. 5 down low, and Lone Peak not looking for that ball. Makes it Grizzly ball as it rolls out. 32 Zayde Evans will pick it up here. He'll bring it in. Toss it over to 18 Tyson Bates. Bates up to 23 Tate Anderson. Tate comes across midfield. Loses it. Picks it back up. Tate here. Looking for a pass. Getting whacked. Passes it over to 20 Gage Holder. Holder with it on the offensive side. Flag goes in the air there as he gets a hit high by that Lone Peak defense. He'll toss it over to 13 Zane Larson. Zane getting hit around. Defense of Lone Peak just broke their stick there on that opposing side, and the Grizzlies have a really man-up situation here, but actually their defense got a new stick out there and a new player. Number 1, Spencer Moffitt, running around with it. Still with the flag down there for Lone Peak. Pass over to 20, Gage Holder. Holder down to 13, Zane Larson. Zane here, holding it behind. Switches hands, comes across the top. He'll take a shot off the left side. Chased out by the Grizzlies. Looks like we're going to have a penalty here by Lone Peak, though. Lone Peak will figure out who they need out on the field. Looks like it's just going to be a 1-minute penalty here. Releasable penalty. Not too serious to be non-releasable, but serious enough to get the flag. Number 2, Peyton Cloward will pass it up to 1, Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt over to Zane. Zane back up to Moffitt. Moffitt will cut down the field. Comes around the top. He'll lose the ball and his stick. And it looks like there will be a hold here on the Grizzlies' Lone Peak ball. Number 17 of Lone Peak will start bringing it down here. He'll get his stick whacked out there by number 1, Spencer Moffitt. He'll lose the ball. Picked up there by 13, Zane Larson now. Zane getting a couple whack checks here and there. Pass over to 7, Trevor Height. Height to Evan Birmingham. Shot. Goal there by number 3, Evan Birmingham. His first of the night and his second of the season there by defensive midi Evan Birmingham. Nice goal there by Evan Birmingham. As your Grizzlies will take a 1-0 lead against the Lone Peak Knights. Number 12, Massimo comes on a face-off here. He'll get it hit in the air. He'll spin around. He'll get picked up by Lone Peak here. He'll get hit around. He'll lose the ball. Pass it down to number 22, Lone Peak. He'll make a move, cut down towards the net. Pass over to 2. 2 will take a shot. Save there by number 14, Parson Duncan. Nice save there by Parson. He'll bring it up now. Looking for his next option. Throws it over to 18, Tyson Bates. Bates chucks it over to number 5, Connor Holbrook, and that one will get stolen by number 23. Nice stick check there by Connor Holbrook. Gets picked up by Holbrook. And it looks like there will be a loose ball push here on Holbrook, and it will be Lone Peak ball. Number 32 here, Lone Peak will bring it in. Ball back on the ground. Another loose ball push. Lone Peak ball. Number 0 here. Throws it over to 25. 25 down to 22. 22. Over to 0. Wait. Nope. Down to 45. 45 with it now. Over to 5. 5. Up to 25. 25 to 0. 0 to 22. 22 comes up. Makes a move across the top. He'll cut it back over. Stick check by Cooper. Throws it over to 0. 0 slowing it down here. Stick check by Jack Curtis. He'll run down. Past GLE here. Throws it back over to 5. 5. Up to 22. 22 here. Makes a move. Gets hit by Noah Harrelson. Over to 22 now. 22 here. Makes a break for it. Defense by Cooper Gunnell now. 22 will pass it in the middle. Shot. Saved again by 14. Parson Duncan. Nice save there by Duncan. 22 over to 5. 5 back over to 22. 22 wasn't looking. Picked up here by actual 22 now. 22 with it. Numbers are a little confusing out there, but getting it figured out. 22 over to 84. 84 here. Runs across the top. Back down to 22. 22 down to 5. That's actually 2 there. 2. Over to 24. 24 to 84. 84. Over to 22 there. 22 now. Passes it down to 2. 2. Gets a screen by his teammate. 2 will come across the top. He'll come all the way around. Get hit there by Cooper Gunnell. Pass in the middle. Off the left side. That shot there by 45. Parson Duncan really aware. Getting around. Number 84 comes around the top. Gets stick checked by Nate Von Gutten. He'll come up, get another stick check. He'll take a shot. Knocked off by Nate Von Gutten there. 24 with it now. .22 will come down. Defense by Hudson Boyer. Tosses it up to 32. 32 down to 8. 8 comes around, wants to come around. He wants to take a shot. He'll take a shot, and that will be a goal for your Lone Peak Knights. And your Grizzlies are going to have to figure out how to get the ball to the other side if they want to try and win this game tonight. .26 Carter Kessler comes on to face off here. Face off there, won by Lone Peak, number 3. Throws it to 22. He'll just take a shot, and Parson Duncan will chase that one out. Grizzly ball. 18 Tyson Bates will run back to pick that one up. He'll bring it up. Looking around for a pass. Decides to pass it over to Nate Von Gutten. Nate will lose that one. Rolls up. Gets picked up by Nate now. Nate coming down. Nate running across the field. Nate gets a couple wraps. He'll keep running, though. He'll take a shot. Off the left side. Chased out there by the Grizzlies. Number 20, Gage Holder, will pass it over to number 1, Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt here. Over to Samuelson. Samuelson. Down to Height. Height. Up to Samuelson. Samuelson. To Spencer. Spencer. To Holder. Holder. Up to Spencer. Spencer. To Samuelson. Samuelson around. Down to Height. Height's getting whacked. Screened out by Samuelson. Over to Spencer. Spencer. Switches hands. Over to Holder. Holder gets whacked. He'll get hit again in the back. He'll come around. Take a shot there. Chased out by the Grizzlies. Picked up by 4, Luke Garduno. Garduno will bring it in. Go around to X. Comes up, makes a move. He'll get whacked. Passed up to 20, Gage Holder. Holder. Wanted to take a shot. Now he'll pass it up to Samuelson. Samuelson. To Moffitt. Moffitt. Slowing it down here. Comes across the top. Down to, let's see here. Holder. Holder. Throws it over to Spencer. Spencer. Passes it in the middle. Crease on the Grizzlies. Lone Peak ball. 17 of Lone Peak here with it. Runs it around. Throws it over to their goalie. Goalie, pass up to 0. 0 with it now. 0 getting whacked around. 0 will keep it here. Zero here. Up to 22. 22 switches spots with 0. 22 comes across the bottom. Pass down to 2. 2. Throws it over to 93. 93 going straight down to the goal. Backs it out now. Passes over to 2. 2 down to 20. 22. 22. Makes a couple moves. Runs across the top. He'll keep getting whacked. He'll pass it over to number 45. 45. Making moves. Comes across the top with about a minute left. Getting whacked here. Defense by 3, Evan Birmingham. Passes it down to 22. It's actually 93 there. He'll come all the way around, take a shot. Save there by 14. Parson Duncan. The Knights will bring it in here. Number, let's see, 22. 22 comes around the top. Switches spots with number 3, Evan Birmingham. Zach and Evan got moved around there. 22 will run straight at Evan Birmingham. He'll come around. He'll keep running around. He'll pass it up top. Number 0 here. Throws it over to 2. 2 down to 5. 5. Over to 22. 22 here. With about 10 seconds left. 15 seconds left, actually. Pass over to 0. 0 will take a shot. Say, never mind. That goal in for the Lone Peak Knights. Number 12, Mossmo here. Brings it in. Number 3, down to 22. He'll take another shot. Whacked off Crusoe. Crusoe with a big save to finish off your first quarter. Your Grizzlies won, Lone Peak 2. We'll be back in a little bit for some second quarter action. Alrighty, we are back for some more second quarter action. 26 Carter Kessler here on the faceoff. He'll win that one. Running it down now. Passes it over to number 20, Gage Holder. Holder throws it over to 50, Jack Curtis. Jack will lose that one. Pick it back up now. Tosses it over to 10, Noah Harrelson. Harrelson. Up to Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt down to Zane. Zane here. Up to Spencer. Spencer here. Slowing it down. Makes a break. Switches hands. Puts it in his right. Cuts down the field. Passes it in the middle. A little late though. Spencer Moffitt up to 4, Luke Garduno, and that ball will roll across. Get picked up by number 0, Lone Peak. He'll run down now. Throw it up to 2. 2, down low. Saved there by 14, Parson Duncan on the one-on-one shot there by number 22. 22 here. Up to 0. 0. Or 8. Can't tell right now. Throws it back down to 22. 22. 22 over the head of 45 Nate Von Gutten. Now he'll run it back around. Pass it in the middle to 84. He'll want to take a shot. Pass it over to 8. 8 across to 0. Saved there by Parson Duncan. Evan Birmingham making some spins. Ball goes back down. Looks like we will get a loose ball push. Grizzly ball, Lone Peak ball actually, not Grizzly ball. 32. Down low to 22. He'll run across. He'll pass it in the middle. And that ball will bounce off the head of 84 and land in the net somehow. Lone Peak goal. The Grizzlies now got to figure out what was messed up there and figure it all out. Number 12, Massimo on the faceoff. That ball will roll around. Fight for the ball in the middle. Picked up by number 12 of Lone Peak. Lone Peak over to 88. 88. Throws it over to 0. He'll jump to get that ball. Ball back on the ground. 22 across the back. 22 with it. Passes it over to 0. 0 with the ball here. Throws it over to 5. 5 to 93. 93 down low to 2. 2 to 22. 22. Pass it over to 0. 0. All the way over to 93. He'll get hit. He'll take a shot up and over the net. Chased there out there by Lone Peak though. 22 with it. Makes a move, cuts towards the net. Fakes a pass, now takes the shot. Never mind, he'll fake it again. Throws it over to 2. 2. Down to 22. 22. Comes across the top. He'll take a shot. Saved there by Parson Duncan. Ball roll into Duncan's stick 2. Duncan looking for a pass. Duncan. Throws it over to 8, Cooper Gunnell. Cooper will miss it, though, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Number 8 here. Number 9, actually. We'll pass it down low. To number 2. 2 up to 8. That's 5 there, actually. 5 over to 0. 0 wants to take a shot. And that passes to 45. 45 gets whacked. Pass in the middle. He'll get hit there by 10, Noah Harrelson, and the ball will go down. Keeps rolling and then picked up by Lone Peak. Number 0 of Lone Peak. Passes it over to 45. 45. Across the 23. That's actually 93 there. Comes around. He'll keep getting whacked around. He'll now throw it down to 9. 9 to 22. 22. Goes up and over the guy. He'll come around. He'll lose the ball. He'll pick it back up. Defense here by 23, Tate Anderson. Pass up to 93. 93 to 45. 45 here. Makes a move. Switches hands. Makes another spin. He's a spinning guy. Nice stick check by Cruz Salway, but he'll pick the ball back up. 45 with it now. Throws it over to number 5. 5. Over to 93. 93 down to 22. 22. Comes around, gets hit. Passes in the middle. Shot. Goal there by number 2 of Lone Peak. Makes your score 4-1. With about 7 minutes left in your second quarter.
Let's make some noise for those.
Number 26, Carter Kessler, coming on to face off here. With 32, Zade Evans, and 22, Porter Campbell on his wings. Three over to 0. 0 will miss it. Now will get picked up by 22. He'll fake a pass and now take another shot and score. Makes your score 5-1. And your Grizzlies will call a timeout here with about less than 7 minutes left in your first half. Alrighty. We got number 12, Massimo, coming on to face off here. Number 3, Evan Birmingham. 24, Zach Speakman as his wings. He'll go on down. Face off there. Gets hit out by Massimo. Back on the ground. Gets picked up by number 3. 3 will lose his stick there, but he'll keep the ball on Lone Peak side. Number 0 here. Comes across the top. Runs across, loses the ball. Nice stick check there by 50, Jack Curtis. Jack will come down now. He'll get whacked. He'll keep going, though. He'll toss it over to 3, Evan Birmingham. Evan will miss that. Kicked around. Now picked up by 32. 32 running around down the side. He'll get stick checked as he throws it down to number 22. He'll run across the top. He'll take another shot and score again. As your Grizzlies are just tired out there, as they've been on defense for at least 80% of this game.
Minutes remaining in the first. For those Grizzlies.
Alrighty. Now we got Kessler onto the faceoff. Number 3 will start with it here. He'll go down the field. He'll pass it across. Pass in the middle. Shot. Goal there again for the Lone Peak. Let's see. And that makes your score 7-1. Alrighty. We got number 12, Massimo, coming on the field now to face off. Face off on the ground. Picks up by number 3. He'll run into his own guy. Picked up by 24, Zach Speakman. Zach will lose it here. He'll pick it back up. Never mind. Ball back on the ground. Rolls back in. Zach Speakman gets it hit up in the air. He'll keep rolling. Get saved there by Lone Peak, and 15 will have it. He'll chuck it across the field, number 2. 2 comes down. Passes it across into the middle. Shot, goal there again by Lone Peak. Taking the lead 8-1. With a little, almost 5 minutes left in your first half. Looks to be that number loose ball push there on Kessler, though. Makes it Lone Peak ball. 23 will pass it over to 88. 88 runs down. Gets a check by Kessler. Keeps running, though, over the head of his passing partner. Makes it Grizzly ball. Noah Haraldson with it here. Runs it down. Getting whacked around. Now he'll pass midline. He'll come down to the box. He'll get in the box. He can slow it down now. Noah over to Spencer. That's actually not Spencer. That's 13 Zane Larson. Zane with it here. Over to Holbrook. Holbrook. Over to Zane. Zane makes a move. Gets hit in the head. Comes across the top. Switches hands. Gets hit a couple more times. So he brings it back. Passes it over to 7. Trevor Height. Height to Holbrook. Holbrook will lose it. Holbrook picks it back up. He'll run it up to the 40. Passes it down to Height. Height to Holbrook. Holbrook to Spencer. Spencer comes down, makes a move, switches hands, puts it back in his right. Fakes a shot, now comes across. Switch hands, pass to 20-gauge Holder. Holder takes a shot, saved there by the goalie. Picked up by 13 Zane Larson. Back up to Holder. Holder to Spencer. Spencer with it on the 35. Spencer runs across the top. He'll take a shot off the right side, chased out by your Grizzlies, but Lone Peak was closer. .23 up there of Lone Peak. We'll go pick it up. He'll bring it in. He'll run straight down the field. Defense by Zane Larson. He'll keep going. The Grizzlies will run into each other. And 5 will have it. He'll take a shot up and over the goal. Let's see. Number 45 here with it. Passes it over to 93. 93. Never mind. Flag here on Lone Peak. Makes it Grizzly ball. 18 Tyson Bates chucks it up to number 3, Evan Birmingham. Evan Birmingham runs across midline. Comes up. Gets in the box. Throws it down to 7 Trevor Height. Height with it here. Up to Spencer. Spencer. Slowing it down, waiting for his team to set up. Passes it over to 17 Calix Wilkinson. Wilkinson over to Zane. Zane makes a move, comes across the top. Chucks it to Gage Holder. He'll take a shot. Goal! There by number 20, Gage Holder with a nice shot. Let's see how many that is on the season. That was a nice one there by Gage Holder. And he gets his 12th goal this season. He is now your Grizzly scoring leader. Past Trevor Height and Zane Larson with that goal. Great job there by Gage Holder. Number 12, Massimo, comes on out. He'll face off. 31 will pick it up here for Lone Peak. Something will happen there, and the Grizzlies will get the ball. 32 here of Zaid. Will throw it down to 20 Gage Holder. Holder is going to get whacked around. Pass up to 1 Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt with it now. Runs across the top. Moffitt cuts down. Holds it again. And now, number 27, Gage Samuelson down to Gage Holder. Holder up to Spencer. Spencer with it here. Makes a move. Comes across the top. Passes it across, and it'll go in. He was looking for a pass there for Luke Garduno, and the ball just, flew right into the goal. That was definitely not the plan. I don't think it was the plan. But it ended up working there for the Grizzlies as Spencer Moffitt will put it in the goal. I don't know what happened. It was like it caught the wind or something and just flew in the net somehow. So, face off here for the Grizzlies. The ball get hit out there by Lone Peak. Number 21 here, 31 actually, running down the side. Hill saved the ball but pass it down the field. Picked up here by 7 Trevor Height now. Height coming across the field. Height coming down towards the net. Height comes around and gets hit hard. Flag will come in the air. And then we will get a stoppage here for a penalty flag. Flag here will be on Lone Peak. 1:28 left in your first half. Let's see here. 7 Trevor Height will start with it now. He'll bring it in. Passes it up to Peyton Clower. Clower to Zane. Zane down to Holder. Holder. Back up to Zane. Zane takes a shot. Saved there by the goalie. Holbrook here on goalie duty. Comes around. Pass to a pole. The pole with it now. Comes across. Connor Holbrook gives him a little wrap check. He'll keep coming down the field. He'll pass it up to a midi. The midi with it now, 45. Running around with it. Passes it over to 22. Over to 45. 45 up to 22. 22 over to 5. 5 down low to 2. 2 across to 0. 0 with it now. Passes it down low, and it looks like there will be a timeout here for Lone Peak. Alrighty, we are back for the rest of this first half. 22 tosses it over to 10, and that ball will roll. Keep rolling. It will come to a stop here up on the 45. 93 over to 2. 2. Comes straight down. He wants a shot. Stick check by Cooper Gunn. Pass up top. Shot. Save there by Parson Duncan. He'll take another shot. And it looks like that will be the end. No goal. And that is the end of your first half. Your Grizzlies 3, Lone Peak 8. We'll be back for some more second half action. Alrighty, we are back for some second half action. We got number 12, Massimo, coming on a face-off here. He'll face off there, but he'll get won by Lone Peak. Number 3 will push it over. And Lone Peak will go early in a big Grizzly ball. 32, Zane Evans will pick it up here. Comes across midline. Gets a whack. Keeps on coming around. Gets in the box, backs it out. Throws it over to one Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt makes a move. Comes down the field. He'll pass it down to 7, Trevor Height. Height makes a move. Comes across the top, getting whacked there by number 1 of Lone Peak. Height comes down. Gets hit again. Passes to 5, Connor Holbrook. Holbrook to Gage. Gage. All the way around to 13, Zane Larson. Zane here. Makes a move. Switches hands. Puts it back in his left. He'll come around. He'll take a shot. Goal there by number 13. Zane Larson for his first of the night. And he also has 12 goals, tying Gage Holder as your score leader. And yes, both those guys are sophomores in this varsity game. Nice shot there by 13, Zane Larson. Now we got number 26, Carter Kessler, coming on to face off here. Kessler getting ready. Ball get hit in the air. Picked up by Lone Peak. Never mind, he'll lose it. Ball will roll down. He'll get hit there hard by Noah Harrelson. Loose ball push, and it will be Lone Peak ball. Lone Peak, number 22 with it. .45 over to 8. 8. Down to number 0, I think. Back up to 8. 8 comes down. Makes a move. Comes across the top. Passes it down low, and he'll lose that one, and that one will roll. Keep rolling and roll almost out of bounds. He'll get pushed out by 23, Tate Anderson, and it'll be Grizzly ball. Number 23, actually, Tate Anderson. Throws it over to 14, Parson Duncan. Duncan coming up here. Looking for a pass upfield. Still searching. Throws it over to 23, Tate Anderson. Tate across to Holbrook. Holbrook coming down the field now. Holbrook gets in the box. Bounces it out. Throws it to Calix. Calix. Back over to Holbrook. Holbrook setting it up. Throws it up to 13, Zane Larson. Zane has to run and get that one, but gets it on the catch. Zane with it here. Comes around, makes a move, switches hands. Comes across the top. Switches hands again. Puts it in his right. He'll run across the top. He'll keep getting whacked. Pass across. Shot way over the goal there by number 2, Peyton Cloward. Nice shot there by Peyton Cloward, and Height was closer to it. 7, Trevor Height gets to bring it in here. Height brings it in. Throws it over to 20, Gage Holder. Holder with it now. Up to Holbrook. That was a nice shot there by Peyton Cloward. Just a little bit over the goal, but a nice dime there. Holbrook will lose it on a switch hand movement there. He'll pick it back up. Throws it down to 13, Zane Larson. Zane comes up. Throws it over to 17, Calix Wilkinson. Calix with it now. Runs across the top. Backs up to the 40. Breaks down. Makes a move. Almost falls. Throws it over to Cloward. Cloward in the middle. Almost shot by Holbrook. Picked back up by Cloward. Cloward with it here. Throws it over to Holder. Holder comes across. Getting whacked around. He'll lose it. Picked up here by Lone Peak. He'll toss it back to his goalie. Goalie with it now. Chucks it over to a pole. Pole comes up the field now. He'll run across midline. He'll get whacked. He'll throw it down to 2. 2 with it now. 2 up to 22. 22 Comes around. Over to 0. 0 up to 24. Over to 45. 45. Down to 2. 2. Back up to 45. 45. Over to 84. 84. Throws it down to 8. 8. Gets whacked. Rolls it on back. 8. To 8. Over to 2. 2 to 22. 22. 22 with it now. Passes over to number 44. Let's see, that's actually 24 there. 24. Makes a break. He'll lose his defender. He'll come around, take a shot, and he'll get laid out there by Tyson Bates. Fight for the ball. Loose ball push on number 3, Evan Birmingham. Makes it Lone Peak ball. 22 with it now. Comes across the top. Makes a move. Makes another move. Up to 8. That's actually 0 there, I guess. And then this is number 8. 8 over to 2. 2 down to 22. 22 gets whacked there by Cooper Gunnell. Picks it back up, though. Across to number maybe 22 there. Gets a screen, but he'll keep coming around. Passes them to the 32. 32 gets hit. Nice stick check there by number 24, Zach Speakman. Lets that ball run down. Picked up by number 8 now. Number 8 with it here. Throws it over to number 22. 22. Over to the head of Tyson Bates. Comes around across the top. He'll get hit again by Zach Speakman. And he'll be in the crease. Grizzly ball. Number 14, Parson Duncan gets to start with it here. Comes up and looking for a pass. Up to number 4, Luke Garduno. Garduno with it now. Runs across the top. He'll switch hands. He'll make a couple more moves. He'll get a screen by 3 Evan Birmingham. Pass down to Holder. Holder. With a yellow situation, looking for the rest of his team to come down. Throws it over to Samuelson. Samuelson running it down now. He'll get hit. I don't know what that penalty was, but it makes it Lone Peak ball. Number 2 will make a break. He'll get a one-on-one shot. He'll shoot and score. That goal there by number 2 of Lone Peak makes your score 9-4. Let's see here. Number 12, Massimo, will come out to face off. Number 3 will start limping after that face-off. And he will go down there. And we'll be back in a sec to figure out this injury. Sorry, we had a injury there from Lone Peak, and he'll try and figure out that one. Looked to be an ankle injury. Lone Peak with it now, though. Number 8 with it here. Runs across the top. Gets checked by 32 Zade Evans. It's actually 0 there. These 0s and 8s are looking really similar tonight, so he'll come around, take a shot, and Lone Peak will be closer. Number 5 will bring it in here for Lone Peak. Number 5 runs it up. Pass over to 45. 45 down to 93. 93. Runs across the top. Gets hit. He'll take a shot up and over the goal. Nice defense there by 32 Zade Evans. Number 5 will bring in another ball. He'll come across the top, get a screen by 45. He'll keep running it up. He'll make a move, comes across the top. Defense there by Garduno. Throws it over to 93. He'll take another shot off the left side. And there's just stacks of balls over on that left side of the net. I can spot 4 now after that one. 22 here. Running around. Passes over to 0. Down low to 5. 5. Gets hit. He'll take a shot and score after doing a little rolly roll there on his side.
Oh, nice. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left of the third quarter.
Let's see. Your Grizzlies are now down 10-4 in this third quarter. Alrighty. Kessler with it now. Throws it down to Gage Holder. Holder getting whacked. Almost loses the ball. He keeps on running down. He'll get hit down to the ground, but it looks like they're going to get him out of bounds first. Lone Peak coming down again. Number 12 here. Gets a wrap check by number 10, Noah Harrelson. Throws it down low to 2. 2 across the middle. Shot off the left side. Chased out, though, by number 22 of Lone Peak. Lone Peak here with it. Pass up to 0. 0. Across to 25. 25. Runs across the top. Makes a move. Runs straight down. Runs into Evan Birmingham. Knocks him down. Evan's not usually the type to get ran over, so we'll see how that interferes with him the rest of the game. Number 22 will throw it over to 2. 2 with it here. Pass up to 22, 22 to 2. 2, 22. Throws it down to 9. 9 with it now. Gets a screen by 25. He'll come around, take a shot, and that one go off Parson Duncan's stick in to the goal. And some fans a little mad after that play there, but they'll make up and we'll be better. Let's see here. Kessler on the faceoff. Never mind, that was 12 Mossimo on the faceoff. Got a hold on Lone Peak. Copperell's ball. 12 Mossimo makes a move. Almost loses his footing. Passes it over to 20 Gage Holder now. Holder switches hands. Runs down towards the box. Gets in the box. He'll make some moves. Pass up to 7 Trevor. Height to Spencer. Spencer to Samuelson. Samuelson gets hit. Runs down to X. Pass up to Holder. Holder will miss that. He'll pick it up, though. He'll chuck it over to number 1, Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt running it down now. Moffitt here. Pass over to Height, and Height was not looking for that, and that will be Lone Peak ball. Lone Peak brings it in, throws it to their goalie. Number 56, their goalie coming out now. Goalie chucks it up to a midi. He'll get hit around. He'll almost get drove out of bounds, and Grizzlies will fall on top of each other there as he'll run straight down, shoot the goal there for the Grizzlies, and actually for the Lone Peak there, going up 12-4, and your Grizzlies are just getting really tired again. Came out hot after half, but now they're just a little bit too tired. Didn't come in as prepared as they thought they needed to be for this game, and it's showing out there tonight. 26, Carter Kessler comes out to face off. He'll get hit down. Loose ball push, Grizzly ball. Pass over to 20-gauge Holder. Holder will lose it. Ball back on the ground, gets hit up. Now goes back down, gets picked up by 13, Zane Larson. Zane runs down the side. Looks to be something there, and it will be Lone Peak ball.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter. Let's make some noise for these Grizzlies.
Let's see. Number 8 coming up now. He'll get hit a couple times. Pass up and over. Back over to 2 there. 2. Up to 8. 8. Down to 2. 2. With it now. 8 comes down. Back behind net. Up to an empty man, and that guy will chuck it over the field. Let's see. Number 22 here of Lone Peak will have it. He'll make a move. He'll switch hands. He'll come across the top. He'll slow it down. Pass it over to 5. He'll take a shot off the left crossbar there. As you can hear the little ding there on those ding-ding nets. Number 8 will just run full speed, take another shot, and he'll score on an absolute heater on the top right corner. And that one is kind of killing Parson out there, as he is very mad at himself after that goal. Let's see. 12, Massimo will come out to face off.
Get this Grizzlies! Our ball right here!
16 will have it now. He'll take another shot and now whack off Tyson's leg. That is the end of your for your third quarter there. Your Grizzlies 4. Lone Peak 13. We'll be back in a little bit for some fourth quarter action. See you then.
13.
Alrighty, we are back. Face off there by Kessler. Rolls back, 13. We'll toss it over to 12. That one will knock off the ref there. As maybe Zach had a chance if it didn't hit the ref. 0 here, runs across the top. Chucks it to 22. Something, I couldn't tell you what, though. Kessler runs across. He'll get whacked. Another flag comes down. Kessler down to Height. Height will get hit. Ball will get picked up by Lone Peak. But we're going to have a flag here on number 0 of Lone Peak. Alrighty. Number 1, Spencer Moffitt throws it over to 13, Zane Larson. Zane, Spencer comes across the top. Spencer down to Height. Height loses it. Height picks it back up. Height over to Gage. Gage up to Zane. Zane over to Spencer. Spencer back over to Zane. Zane down to Holder. Holder will lose it. He'll whack it over to Zane. Zane gets hit high. Gets hit again. He'll run across the top. Pass it over to Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt fakes a shot, keeps the ball, switches hands, comes across the top, throws it over to 7 to Height. Height down to Holder. Holder passes to Peyton Cloward. Shot off the left side. That shot there by number 2, Peyton Cloward. Let's see, number 2, Peyton Cloward throws it over to Spencer. Spencer down to Trevor. Height in the middle. Shot. Save there by the goalie. That one was straight to the goalie. Holbrook tries to knock him. 23 with it now. Gets checked a couple times by Height. Height will get hit around. Ball back on the ground. Picked up by Porter. Porter will lose it. Back on the ground. Failure for Lone Peak makes it Grizzly ball. 13, Zane Larson. Zane comes down. Spencer with it now. Runs towards the goal. He'll take a shot off the right side. Chased out there by the goalie of Lone Peak. Number 17 will bring it in here. Toss it over to 21. 21 loses it. He'll pick it back up. Pass over to 17. 17 now runs it up the field. He'll get hit by Holder. He'll keep running, though. He'll toss it down. He'll lose it. Ball back on the ground. Get picked up by 0. Nice stick check there by 28, Crusawe. He'll run across. Pass down to 22. 22 will lose it. 50, Jack Curtis almost picks it up. Now 22 will pick it up. Another foul there caused by Lone Peak makes it Grizzly ball. Number 32, Zade Evans will go pick that one up. Throw it up to 3, Evan Birmingham. Evan loses it. Number 5 picks it up. Never mind. Number 17 picks it up. He'll come across the field now. He'll pass it to 0. 0 down to 22. 22. Running it up. Toss over to 0. 0. Down low to 93. Down to 5. Over to 0. 0. Over to 22. 22. Up to 8. Number 22 with it now. Up to 5. He'll take another shot off the left side. That saved there by Parson Duncan. Number 23 will get hit around. He'll come across. He'll get hit hard by Crusawe, but he will still end up scoring a goal there. Holy, Crusawe is a roadblock, and he still was able to score after going through Crusawe and getting a shot off. Number 12, Massimo. Get hit down. Pass over to number 5. 5. Slowing it down. 5. Pass over to 24. Back over to 5. 5. Comes up. Passes it over to 32. 32 with it now. 32 running down the side. Pass down low. And there will be another foul there, and it'll be Grizzly ball. Let's see. Parson Duncan with it here. Will run out of the crease. He'll come around. Looking for a pass. He'll get chased around. Pass over to 28. Cruz that way. Crew now. Makes a move. Pass up to 5. Connor Holbrook. Over the head of Holbrook, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Lone Peak ball. Lone Peak here. To number 5. 5. Pass up top to number 0. Pass in the middle, number 8. 8. Back to 45. 45 will lose it. That ball will roll out of bounds, and it'll be Grizzly ball. 22, Porter Campbell brings it in. Pass over to 14, Parson Duncan. Duncan brings it on back. Duncan. Still looking for a pass. Chucks it downfield to number 20, Gage Holder. Holder over to 17, Calix Wilkinson. Calix will take a shot. Goal there by number 17, Calix Wilkinson, with his first of the night and his 4th of the season, bringing your Grizzlies score to 14-5. Nice goal there by number 17, Calix Wilkinson. Now we got 26, Carter Kessler coming out to face off with number 3, Evan Birmingham, and number 19, Hudson Boyer on his wings. Face off there, gets kicked by Carter Kessler. He went early, makes it Grizzly ball. Kessler with it now, picks it up, throws it over to Evan Birmingham. Birmingham with it now. Gets in the box, brings it back. Tosses it over to Holbrook. Holbrook with it now. Slowing it down. Pass over to Calix Wilkinson. Calix. Down to Zane. Zane. Makes a move. Turns it around. Switches hands. Comes across the top. Gets hit. He'll take a shot. Off the left crossbar. Ball back on the ground. Gets picked up by Calix. Calix. Down to Holbrook. Holbrook. Gets hit down there. He'll still cradle a stick so he doesn't get a holding call. Penalty will go down here on Lone Peak. Holbrook running around. Goes over the head of his defender. Something is on the field. Couldn't tell you what. Oh, looks to be Holbrook's glove on that little scrum for the ball. Let's see. Number 7, Trevor Height will start with it on the 30-yard line. He'll bring it down. Pass it over to Spencer. Down to Zane. Zane. Holder. Holder. Zane. Zane. Spencer. Spencer. Peyton. Peyton. Down to Height. Height. To Spencer. Spencer. Down over to Zane. Zane. Spencer. Spencer. Zane. Spencer. Peyton. Peyton. Zane. Zane. Holder. Holder. Shot. Goal there by number 20, Gage Holder. His 2nd of the night and his 13th on the season, taking the lead again for for most goals this season.
Grizzly goal. Scored by number 20, Gage Holder. It's his second of the night. Let's hear it for them Grizzlies.
Number 12, Massimo will come out to face off here. He'll hit that one out. It'll roll, though. Get picked up by number 20. 25. Chucks it over. Gets hit hard by Zach Speakman. But the flag will come in the air there. 84 now. Comes around. Slowing it down. He'll toss it over to 18. 18. Comes up. Passes it up to 32. 32. Over to 9. He'll get hit. He'll take a shot. Nice hit there by Luke Garduno, but 32 will pick it back up. That was actually Bobo there. Zach Speaking with another nice hit on 32. 18 with it now. 8 up to 32. 32. Pass down low. Pass in the middle. Hit hard there by Tyson Bates. And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to have 2 players in the box here, as the Lone Peak will take their whole JV squad off to put their varsity squad back on. All right. With the Grizzlies having 2 in the box here, Lone Peak looks like they want to score some more, so they ended up putting their varsity squad back in, even though they're up by 8 points here. But number 20 here, over to 0. 0. Down low. Back up to 0. 0. Up to 5. 5. 20. 20. Makes a move. Makes another move. Back over to 5. 5. Takes a shot. Over the goal. And Lone Peak will be closer. Lone Peak bringing it in here. Pass the middle. Shot. Goal there by number 45. And the JV squad for Lone Peak will enter back up into the game. And your Grizzlies are back to full strength. 26, Carter Kessler comes up to face off. Kessler picks it up here, runs it up the field. He'll lose it, though, and it'll get picked up there by 15 of Lone Peak. He'll run around. Chucks it across the field, over the head of his look-to-be, and that will almost go in to the fans there as that hit the track very hard. That hit the track perfectly, almost flew into the stands here. That would have been a little bad. But they will go get the ball. Number 10, Noah Harrelson, brings it in here. Pass over to 1, Spencer Moffitt. Moffitt runs it down. Pass over to 4, Luke Garduno. Garduno here. Backs it up. Runs down. Makes a move. Almost gets hit. He'll take a shot off the right side. Chased out by number 2, Peyton Clobbered. We got roughly 3 minutes left in this game. 2, Peyton Clobbered running down the backside. Passes it over to Holder. He'll take a shot up and over the goal. Chased out by the Grizzlies. Number 4, Luke Garduno will go pick that one up. Garduno will bring it in. Garduno makes a move, loses his footing, puts it back in his hand. He'll push it up to number 20, Gage Holder. Holder to height. Down to Samuelton. He'll throw it to Spencer. Spencer comes down, makes a move, comes across, takes a shot. Off the right crossbar. That shot there by one Spencer Moffitt. Number 11 will pick it up here. He'll get a stick check. They'll throw a flag for something. Ball will be back down on the ground. Picked up there by 24 Zach Speakman, and looks like we are going to have a penalty here on someone. On number 1, Spencer Moffitt for a 30-second penalty. 2 minutes left in your game. Let's see. Your Grizzlies are now man down. Number 40 will have it here. 45. Pass up to the middle. Ball back on the ground. Fight forward in the middle. Ball will make it out. And 45 will pick it up here. 45. Over. Takes a shot there, number 34, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Number 3, Evan Birmingham, will come down to solidify the defense. Let's see. 21 will pass up to 45. 45. Back around to the 0. He'll take a shot, and that one will roll back. And that will be Grizzly ball. Number 45, Nate Von Gutten with it now. Von Gutten hucks it down the field. Don't know where that ball is, but we will find it. It finally came down here. Picked up by 7, Trevor Height. Height will save it, though. Never mind. Let's see. 83 here of Lone Peak will pick it up. Brings it in. He'll run down the side. Get a check by Height. He'll keep coming. He'll get hit by Gage Holder. Ward there by Lone Peak. Number 3, Evan Birmingham will pick it up here with about a minute left. Evan chucks it up to Zaid. Zaid will lose it in the sun. That ball will roll up, get picked up by 13, Zane Larson. Zane makes a move, comes across the top. Zane. Pass all the way across to 3, Evan Birmingham. Evan now has to run, and that ball will roll out of bounds. Lone Peak ball. Number 22 of Lone Peak here will pick it up. 22. Pass down low to number 0. 0 comes down. He'll make a move. Come down the net. He'll take a shot off the right side, and a nice hit there by 45. Nate Von Gutten putting him down on the ground. Number 7 of Lone Peak will bring it in here. 7 runs across the backside. Pass up to 0. 0 now. Over to number 5. 5 comes down. Makes a move. Almost switches hands. He breaks the defense's legs, and he will throw that into the net there to go up 16-6, and that is most likely your last goal of this game, as the time will be trailing down here.
14 seconds left.
Let's see. Kessler on the faceoff. 85 will get it. He'll run down. Pass down to 22. 22 comes across. He'll get a whack. Another whack. Pass in the middle. Ball back on the ground. Noah Harrelson will clean someone out right there at the end. And that is the end of your varsity lacrosse game. Your Grizzlies 6, Lone Peak 16. We'll be back in a little bit for our JV lacrosse game. See you then.